It's our honor, inshallah, today to introduce and to have with us Dr. Bagus Riyono. Dr. Bagus Riyono is the current president of the IAMP, the International Association of Muslim Psychologists. He is a lecturer in the Faculty of Psychology in Gadjah, Mada University, Indonesia. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. He is also an active consultant in the area of subnational and multinational organizations in Indonesia since 1995. Dr. Bagus took his master's degree in IO psychology at Hofstra University in the US, and he's a doctorate degree from Gadjah Mada University in Indonesia. He is the president of the Society for Intercultural Educators, Trainers, and Researchers in Indonesia. He is also the head of the Presidium of Gerakan Indonesia Beradab, a national interdisciplinary organization in the Indonesian movement for preserving human dignity. Currently, Dr. Bagus lives in Yogyakarta with his wife, Dr. Phil Ami Zulaifa, and is blessed with 5 children. Dr. Bagus has been with us supporting ISIP since its inception, and we're very honored, alhamdulillah, to have him with us today. So without any further delays, Dr. Bagus, you can please start your lecture. Alhamdulillah, welcome.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfir. A'udzu billahi ta'ala min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Innahu may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. Alhamdulillah, we can meet in this meeting, a webinar, Zoom meeting, and if we read the Quran, if we are joining Majlis Ilm, then inshallah we will be blessed, by Allah, because seeking knowledge actually it's a very important ibadah. It's very important thing to do, and it's actually is something that we have to do as a Muslim. So that's why in any occasion, if we have the opportunity, we should grab the opportunity to seek more knowledge. And our knowledge will not be perfect. I mean, it's impossible to have a perfect knowledge because all knowledge is only Allah who can have the perfect one. And what we are doing with by seeking knowledge actually is we are developing ourselves, exploring our viewpoint, our worldview, so that inshallah we will have we will be closer to Allah, and we will have enough understanding about life and about ourselves and about our mental health, especially. So today's session, we will talk about mental health, which is currently becoming very, getting very, attention, strong attention, very, and many people have a very strong interest, in understanding mental health. And this is very important because if we look at, if we, contemplate about the world, about the humanity currently, we can witness that many people actually having a mental problem, and that will influence their behavior. And if this problem is severe, so they can do something that is unthinkable. Yeah, I mean, like very bad things that they do. And let me ask you to always pray for the safety, the welfare of all the Muslim Ummah, especially right now in Palestine. And we can see this evidence of mental problems, yeah, that is happening in there. But interestingly, the one that show the mental problem is the one that the world sees as more powerful, which is the Israeli troops, the Israeli government. But we can see how the Palestinian resistance and we can witness how they are actually more mentally healthy, yeah, even though they have been treated in very severe treatment, yeah. So this is very interesting because the conventional psychology will not, I mean, it's not enough to understand the dynamics of the Palestinian people, and cannot explain enough how come they are still healthy mentally. I mean, like they despite all of this atrocity, despite of this suffering, but their mental is still healthy. So that's why we need to understand mental health, not limited from the current conventional psychological theories or literature. Yeah, we have to develop our own understanding. And I will present to you how we can understand mental health from the Quranic perspective. So I'm using the approach of Maqasid methodology, meaning that we try to understand the issue of mental health from the message of the Quran, and we try to construct these 7 indicators of mental health in our language. I mean, in psychological language. So let me share the slide. Let me just switch. Okay, let me play the slideshow. All right, so we are going to discuss, to explore, to learn together, yeah, about mental health, but from the Islamic perspective, from the Quranic messages, yeah. And these 7 indicators actually is a construct. Yeah? I mean, if you understand psychology, a construct is our effort to categorize, to identify, yeah, the variables or the factors, the dimensions, yeah, of something, so that it's going to make us easier to understand. So I don't assume that the Quran only talk about these 7 indicators, but this is the 7 indicators that I understand through the messages of the Quran. So we have to be open, yeah, to new ideas, to new thoughts, yeah. So that is very important. And actually, these 7 indicators already published, yeah, first in the book of Tazkiyah Therapy, which is published last June and this year, yeah. And it's the 7 indicators of mental health is a chapter in this book that we can say serve as the basis of the approach in Tazkiyah therapy. Okay, so this Tazkiyah therapy book currently is sold in Amazon.com, and you can search there. And actually, this is still under discount price. Yeah. I got the code if you want to buy this book in a discount price. So please contact me, yeah, when you are interested to buy this, because I got special code from the publisher. Okay.
So, brother.
Hello. Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I just joined now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and also these indicators actually is already adopted in the Indonesian guidelines for mental health, yeah, which also was published on May this year. So what I'm trying to say is that what we are going to talk here already have some reference. Yeah, it's not just a discourse. It's not just something that is spontaneous idea or something. It's already written in the book. So that's why I hope if you want to know more deeper about this, you can try to find this book. But this one is for Indonesian. The Tazkiyah therapy is for the international audience. Okay, so let's get into it. Again, I make a disclaimer here that the concept of this mental health is constructed through the Makoset methodology, which is the method of research by contemplating, by understanding, yeah, the message of the Quran, and then we translate it into our discipline. Yeah, I translated to the terms that can be understood by the psychological science. Okay, in general. So that's why please understand that what I mentioned here is not perfect. So that's why it's just this is just how I learn from it, from the Quran. Yeah. So because maybe some other scholars, yeah, maybe those who understand the Quran better can explain more. But at least this is my at least I would like to share the result of my effort. Yeah. So please don't use this as the final product. You can also think about it and maybe criticize this and develop it more. Okay, so if we look at the Quran, actually, there is no specific mention of the term mental health. So in the Quran, there is no term, there is no word that specifically mean mental health. Okay. So this is quite tricky, yeah, when you try to understand some issue in the Quran and you cannot find the term, yeah, it doesn't mean that the Quran doesn't explain about it. So we have to go around, yeah, we have to try to understand the message and try to understand the meaning of the message that might connect, but might answer our questions about the issue that we bring. The issue that we are going to bring to the Quran is mental health, right? But the Quran doesn't mention the word mental health in it. In any word that have a that can be translated into mental health. Okay, so I don't think. I mean, of course, Quran doesn't have mental health because it's English. No, it's not. It's not that. Even in Arabic, Quran doesn't mention the term that we can translate it as a mental health. So, but on the other hand, I mean, but if we look at the, I mean, if we learn, if we read the Quran, try to understand the Quran did talk about disease of the heart or disease in the heart. So this might, I mean, of course, we have to first change our worldview about psychology, because if we see psychology as the science of the brain, then we will be having problem to connect it to the Quranic message, because in the Quran, when it talk about something psychological, they talk not they talk I mean, they mention about the heart. Okay, so this is, I mean, like, before we go to this part, we should first switch our mindset, yeah, that from the Quranic perspective, the core of mental is the heart, not the brain. So this is one step that we should take first before we discuss about mental health. Okay, and actually, when we talk about psychology, yeah, psyche as a maybe a Latin word, yeah, I think, or Greek or Latin word. If you look at the dictionary, psyche actually is also talking about the soul. Yeah, psyche means the soul, and also means the mind, and so it is closer. The meaning of psyche is closer to the heart instead of the brain. Okay, so that's why when we talk about psychology in Islamic perspective, actually we are talking about the heart, and also this is consistent with the work of Imam Al-Ghazali and Ihya Ulumuddin. He said that we need to learn about the science of the heart. It means the psychology. Okay, so once we understand that, so now we can look, we can have a keyword, yeah, to find what Quran say about mental health. So one keyword here is the heart, yeah, and in the Al-Baqarah, yeah, in the first 10 verses of Al-Baqarah, there's a mention about the disease of the heart, which is the heart of the munafiqin, yeah, munafiqun. That's they call the disease of the heart. And why is it disease of the heart? Because it's not coherent. Yeah, it's what you do, what you say, does not reflect your heart. So that's why it's a disease. Yeah, it's not coherent. Maybe I don't know if this is correct or not, but in psychology we have learned about what we call as the cognitive dissonance. Yeah, cognitive dissonance means there's some incoherence in ourselves, between our attitude and our behavior, between our thought and our, words and so forth. So actually, this incoherence in the psyche, in the individual, is already discussed in the discipline of psychology also, but they don't relate this to the mental health. But in the Quran, this incoherence of between the heart and the word of an individual, between what he believe in the heart and the word they say, when it is incoherent, they call it as a disease in the heart. Okay, So disease in the heart means that it's not something that a medical doctor can deal with. It's disease in the heart here is spiritual in nature. It's not physical in nature. Yeah. So disease in the heart is not curable with medication. Yeah. This is something that has to be uh, uh, solved by the psychological approach or the 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 science of the soul. Yeah. Okay. And this is the first. Yeah. So it's mentioned that there's a marad. Yeah, marad is the word that means the disease. So now we found the keyword. What is the opposite of the healthy or mental health? You can say that is the marad. Yeah, marad, and we can search that. So, like I said, I haven't really. I mean, what I did is still limited. So I just also give you the idea if you want to do study or if you want to do research more about this mental health, you can use the word heart and that's the word marad. Marad, yeah, marad is the disease of the heart. Yeah. Okay. This is about the munafikun. Yeah, and if we read through the first 10 ayah of the Surah Al-Baqarah, then the opposite of the munafikun uh, uh, is the mutaqin, yeah, yeah. Dalikal kitabu what is it? Alif Lam Mim dalikal kitabu la raiba fihi hudalil mutaqin, yeah. And then they talk about the kafirun and then the munafiqun, and meaning that the opposite of the one who have disease in the heart, meaning the one that have healthy heart, or we can say the one who have mental health, is the mutaqin, yeah, or mu'minun, mutaqin or mu'minin, mutaqin, yeah. So this is how we study the Quran so that we can understand the message of it. Okay, so we go we can start with a word, a concept, and then we can search for the meaning, for the message in there, and then we can identify the word, and then so forth and so forth, and then we can have this contrast, yeah, comparison between what we mean and what is written in the Quran and what we want to have answer about it. Okay, so this is very important. So this means that if we want to understand mental health, so we can we now we found another keyword, yeah, which is the mutaqin, yeah, or the mu'minin, as the entry point to explore more about the mental health, how the Quran explain their mental condition, their heart. Yeah, this I think if you read the Quran, you will find very a lot of messages, a lot of ayat talking about the mu'min and the muttaqin. So it's I mean, like the resource from the Quran is so abundant. Yeah, so there's no way I mean, there's no way that people say that the psychology is already exhausted or something like that. The psychology is still open for development, for expansion, for new development, new theories, new understanding, and so forth. Okay, and then I just want to stress again that those individuals who have mental health actually is the one who is called as mu'minin and muttaqin. Yeah, so this is very important. Okay, so consequently, if you know this is a lot of people ask about this. Does iman related to mental health, something like that? Yeah. And so maybe you also have this question, or maybe your friend. And I just yesterday evening, I have that question in one of our webinar. Yeah. So if we understand this, if we understand the Quranic message about the disease in the heart and those who are not having disease in the heart, and it is a mu'minin and muttaqin. So actually, there's no need to ask about the relationship between iman and mental health anymore. It's already clear, you know. Those who have a true iman, who have a strong iman, are the one who have a mental health. So there's no separation, yeah. This is very important. If you still having problem with this, maybe they misdefine, or they don't understand what iman really is, what mental health really is. So that's why they trying to separate iman and mental health, or maybe they jump to conclusion. Yeah, that's not good. Like when you see somebody have a problem, a psychological problem, and you say, oh, your iman is bad. That's another good thing to say. Yeah, that is called labeling. Yeah, jumping to conclusion. We have to put this understanding in the discipline of psychological science, not as you know, judgment to other people. Don't use this to judge other people. You have to judge yourself first. Yeah. If you have problem with your mental condition, yeah, you should ask yourself, is my iman strong enough? Is my iman is correct or so? So this is for us to to do introspection, yeah, not to judge other people. When we want to help other people, you have to master the science, the psychological science, yeah, not to just using the word to, you know, label other people. Because this is very important. Being mentally healthy is only a part of iman, actually. Yeah. So those who have a true iman, a strong iman, they must have a mental health. But mental health is not the whole thing. Iman is more, it's broader. It's broader than just mental health. Okay, but it's not something that is separate from it. It's not something that's separable. Yeah. All right. So iman is more than just mental health. Yeah, because you know, iman covers the whole psychological condition, or the whole mind. Yeah, the whole aspect of your mind. It's not, you don't separate that from others. All right, now so this is just another point that I made. Yeah, so we have to accept this. Yeah. Therefore, actually, psychotherapy is also a dawah, because if we want to have a true mental health, then we have to, in the same time, yeah, not like sequentially, yeah, but in the same time, or the essence of mental health is to strengthen the iman. Yeah, because if you don't have iman, you might have a seemingly healthy mental condition, but that's not sustainable. Okay, maybe if you define mental health as something that make you functioning or make you happy in terms of cheerful and so forth, that is not a true mental health, because mental health is deeper than just happiness. Yeah, happiness is one surface of mental health, but happiness is not always about pleasure. Yeah, because in psychology usually they are kind of hedonistic. Yeah, they think that happiness means the absence of problem, the absence of a struggle and so forth. Yeah, so this is something that we have to understand again. I mean, like, we have to understand deeper, yeah, about mental health and also about iman. Okay, so doing da'wah doesn't mean to ask people to convert to Islam. Yeah, doing da'wah is to ask people to think about the truth and to understand the more fundamental truth. Yeah, not just the superficial truth. Yeah, so that's da'wah. So if you think that da'wah is asking people to convert to Islam, that's too simplistic. Yeah, because Islam is not a group religion. It's not. Islam cannot be represented by a group of people who claim that they are Islam. Islam is the truth. Yeah. So Islam is not just organized religion, like if you read in the psychological literature, when they talk about religion, they talk about the organized religion. But Islam is not that kind of religion. Islam is the religion of truth. Yeah, and when you do da'wah, you are not, expanding your groups. Yeah, your group. I mean, like, you're not adding members to your group. It's not true. That's not the true intention of da'wah. Da'wah is to bring people to the light. Yeah, to bring people to understand the fundamental truth. Yeah, the truth that is universal and what do you call it? It's undeniable. Yeah, something that is, the truth. Yeah, that everybody should understand. So that's why, if we refer to the first scientist, which is the Ibn al-Haytham, he wrote that if we want to get closer to Allah, the only way to do that is to seek knowledge, or to develop our understanding, is through science. Yeah, science is ilm. Ilm is knowledge based on evidence, or based on ayat, based on the guidance of Allah. That's a true science. Okay, so that's why we should would call it re-understand. You should change our understanding about the terms, about mu'min, iman, da'wah, so forth. You have to go deeper, not to make it something that is simplistic. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, the purpose of psychotherapy, actually, if we do so, though, the purpose of psychotherapy actually is much more than mental health. Again, mental health is just part of the whole wellness of an individual. Okay, so that's why when we do speech psychotherapy, we are not only treating some illness, but we are developing the individual, developing the self, yeah, the soul of the individual. So it becomes more mature, more, resourceful, more wiser, and so forth. Okay. Mental health is stepping stone, yeah, to a holistic well-being. Yeah, now we call it as wellness. Okay, you can call it wellness also, well-being, wellness. So it's mental health is just part of it. So that's why if we see psychology from the Islamic perspective, actually we already include the positive psychology. Not, because positive psychology claim that the previous discipline of psychology only deal with those who have mental problem, and now they develop this positive psychology to go further. And actually, the Islamic perspective is already there. Yeah, we deal with those who have problems, and also we expand, we develop the individual towards the more holistic wellness or well-being as a human being, that will live forever, that will you enter the hereafter, yeah, not a human being just limited to this world. Yeah. Okay, so that's why when we talk about mental health, we have to have a broader perspective. Yeah. Mental health consists of multidimensional psychological states. Yeah. So I have to refer to another framework that is also mentioned in the book, and also has been published in the Russian Journal of Islamic Studies. Yeah. About the multidimensionality of a human soul. Yeah. And when we want to understand comprehensively about mental health, we can also identify the condition, yeah, conditions maybe, and the dynamics, and also the behavior. Okay, the condition of the heart, yeah. So our focus here is the heart, the spiritual heart or the soul, yeah. And how are the dynamics of it, and then how they influence the behavior. So of course, we also concerned about the behavior, because the behavior actually is the reflection of what happens in the heart. Okay, now first let us identify the condition of the heart of those who have mental health. Okay, so this is the result of this study. I mean, like the in the beginning, I'm talking about how we can find how can we find the explanation of mental health in the Quran, and then we look for the word and so forth. And so after all of that done, so this is the result of the study. First is the condition of the heart. What is the indicators, yeah, of a healthy heart? First, peaceful heart. As a Muslim, I assume that we are all familiar with the term nafsul mutmainah. So nafsul mutmainah means a peaceful soul, yeah. But also there is a term qalbus salim. Qalbus salim means a peaceful heart. Okay, so actually peaceful soul and peaceful heart talk about the same thing, because when we talk about our psyche, yeah, in the Quran sometimes it mentioned about the nafs, and it's mentioned about the heart. Okay, so we don't need to separate, yeah, but we can learn deeper how is the position of the heart and the soul. In a short explanation, we can refer to the hadith of Rasulullah that the heart is the core of the nafs or the soul or the self, yeah, because nafs also mean the self, the individual. So the heart is the core of the individual. And when we talk about the individual, we are not talking about the body, we are talking about the soul. Yeah. Okay, so there's several layers of knowledge that we have to learn. But I just want you not to be confused when we talk about the heart, the soul, and so forth. It's actually talking about the same thing. Okay, so the first indicator of mental health is a peaceful heart. And I think this is a universal truth. Even, like if you watch the movie Kung Fu Panda and so forth, the main theme there is to find inner peace. Inner peace means peace in the heart. Okay, so and in any other method, for example, if you perform or if you do mindfulness, for example, what you're trying to find is peace, right? Peace is a very strong word, yeah. Everybody wants peace, and the true peace actually is in the heart. Okay, so because people might talk about peace, but if their heart is not peaceful, then their behavior will contradict what they are talking. I mean, they talk about peace, but they do war. So that's the incoherence, yeah, and that's a disease in the heart, because everybody wants to have peace, but not everybody have a peaceful heart. Okay, so actually the word peace is very universal. It's a universal truth. It's a universal ambition, or not ambition, or something that all people want to have, yeah. But only those who have peaceful heart will experience the true peace, inner peace. Okay, so this is the first indicator, and we know the Quranic verse is very clear, yeah. First in the Surah Al-Fajr, yeah, about nafsu mutmainah, yeah. And actually the word mutmainah is only mentioned in this verse, yeah. There's another form of this word, maybe for example in the Surah Al-Ra'd, ila bi dzikrillah ta'mainul qulub. Ta'mainul qulub means also ta'mainul means also mutmainah, yeah, qulub, not nafs, yeah. So the peaceful heart. If you want your heart to be peaceful, then you should remember Allah. You should connect to Allah, yeah. Only by dhikrullah, only by remembering Allah, connect to Allah, then your heart will be at peace. Okay, so peace of the heart is the basic condition, the first indicators of mental health. Okay, and also another verse talk about this message is about Qalbus Salim. Yeah, Qalbus Salim. Actually, I found two verses that talk about Qalbus Salim. This one and this one. And the interesting thing about it is that when the Quran mentioned about Nafsul Mutma'inah or Qalbus Salim, it relates to the prerequisite, to the prerequisite to enter the Jannah, to enter the heaven. So those who have nafsul mutmainah will enter the heaven, and those who have qalbus salim will enter the heaven. Meaning that this is the ultimate purpose, yeah, in managing our heart, in managing our soul, in developing ourselves, yeah, is to reach the state of the condition of a peaceful heart. Okay, so this is the condition, the first indicators of mental health is when the heart have peace, when the individual experience a peaceful heart. Okay, so I have to explain this because some people might think that this is something that is given or something that is you know, like always there. No, it's a dynamic. Yeah, this is the purpose, this is the aim. Yeah, you should always do things in your life to achieve this, to achieve the peaceful of the heart. So this is not something that is permanent in your life. You can have up and down, yeah, but you have to have this as your purpose. Okay, all right. Now the other 6 indicators actually is instrumental to the peaceful heart, or instrumental to the qalbus salim or nafsul mutmainah. Okay, so the second condition of oh sorry, this is another verse, yeah, about mutmainah, peaceful, yeah, peaceful heart. This is also explaining from the opposite, yeah. Those who have peaceful heart is those who don't feel anxiety and don't feel sadness, yeah. Wala khawfun alaihim wala hum yahzanun, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Okay, so this is another way to explain the condition of a peaceful heart. There's no anxiety and no sadness. Okay. All right, now the second indicator is a solid heart. So what it means by a solid heart? Solid heart means the heart that can that's not broken, yeah, that has no trauma, that has no revenge, yeah. So solid heart, the heart is solid, it's not broken, it's not you know, it's not defable, it's not, you know, cracked and so forth and so forth. So it's solid. So what is the proof that the person have a solid heart? So nobody can hurt him or her, yeah. The heart is solid, so it cannot be broken. So so I'll show you the verse, yeah, the connect verse. So this is Al Imran, yeah, the first number 134. So those who have solid heart, they don't have heartache. They don't have, I mean, like they don't. I mean, they don't keep the heart suffer from a broken heart. Yeah. So they don't have revenge. They don't have something to retaliate or something, you know. So that's why the indicator of a solid heart is those who always forgive. You always forgive. You don't need, you know, to retaliate or something, because your heart is solid. You forgive. You show people goodness. I mean, something good. Always something good. Not something that can hurt other people, because your heart is solid. You don't need, because though if your heart is not solid, you will be satisfied if you can hurt other people too, because then you can say that this is fair. Okay, right? Some people think that when the way they have broken heart, when they are offended, they want to treat other people the same way so that it's going to be fair, because I don't want to be the one who have who has suffered from this treatment or this words. Sometimes words is sharper than blade. Yeah, so be careful with your words, because you can hurt somebody else's heart by just saying something bad to them. Okay, and if the heart is not solid, so this individual will retaliate, and they will think that it is not fair if they hurt my feeling, but I cannot hurt their feeling. So to be fair, we have to do the same thing. So this is the idea of Sigmund Freud, actually. Yeah, in his book, maybe the pleasure principle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he said that he criticized the wisdom that treat other people how you want to be treated. Okay, he criticized that. He said that, no, I don't want to treat other people how I want to be treated. I want to treat other people according to how they treat me. Okay, so it's like being fair is to retaliate. That's the condition of a broken heart, a heart that is not solid. Okay, so this is very important. If your heart is solid, nobody can hurt your heart. Okay, so that's why you don't really care about, not care, yeah, you don't really disturb, yeah, by other people's treatment to you that might hurt your heart, because your heart is solid. Yeah, you don't they don't influence your heart. They cannot hurt your heart. So that's why you always give forgiveness. Yeah. So this is the second indicators of mental health. Yeah. And this is another first. Yeah. For con. Yeah. How those who, this is again the illustration of the Ibadur Rahman. Yeah, I think. Yeah. The one who have a strong iman. Yeah, the one who have strong iman, meaning the one who are muttaqin, ya mu'minin. They will treat other people in a good way, even though they treat you badly. So this is another indicator of a solid heart. Okay. The third indicator is the full heart. So solid meaning it's not broken. Full meaning free from emptiness. Yeah, and we know that in the last decade, actually, or maybe longer, yeah, a lot of Western countries, yeah, maybe also some developed countries like Japan also, they experience what is called as the endemic of loneliness. Yeah, loneliness. So loneliness is the condition when you feel emptiness in your heart. Okay, so the opposite of loneliness, or the opposite of emptiness in your heart, is a full heart. If you have full heart, you will never feel lonely. Okay, so if you have the loneliness disease, you will feel lonely even in the crowd, because the problem is not in the social condition, but the problem is in the heart. So it doesn't matter whether you are alone or you are with other people, but if you have loneliness, meaning that your heart is you feel emptiness in your heart. Okay, so that's why people who have mental health, yeah, they are not lonely even though when they are alone, because they have a full heart. So actually, to say it simply, when you remember Allah, when you always remember Allah in your heart, then your heart will not be empty. There will be no emptiness in your heart. But if you don't remember Allah, yeah, you feel that there's something empty in your heart. Okay, so that's why the full heart is the third indicator of mentally healthy individual, and it's related to iman again, yeah, because the opposite of it is loneliness. So this is the first, yeah. The first, actually, there might be more first to explain this, but this is something that is quite popular, yeah, about kafah. Yeah, kafah means holistically. Yeah, you shouldn't enter Islam only partially, but you have to enter it holistically. So you have a full understanding. You fill your heart fully with the teaching of Islam. If you only take parts of it, then the consequence of it, there might be some emptiness in your heart that is not filled by the teaching of the Islam or the Quran. So that's why to be mentally healthy, you always have to learn, yeah, so that you always feed your heart with knowledge, with understanding, with connection with Allah, so that your heart will be full. Okay, sometimes people have both, yeah, broken heart and emptiness. Yeah, for example, if somebody you love died or left you or betray you, then you have a broken heart, and also you will experience some emptiness in your heart. So that's a double problem. Yeah. Okay, the fourth. Oh, all right. Now we can also explain about this full heart by referring to this is the other framework that I told you about the layers of the heart. You know, our heart have 4 layers: the sensing, reasoning, empathy, and conscience. You know, sensing is our relation with the surrounding. Yeah. Reasoning is our relation with the meaning, the purpose. Yes, something that is abstract. Empathy is the relationship with other people, and conscience is the relationship with Allah. So that's why if you lose one of these relationships, then you will feel some emptiness in your heart. If you have all this relationship, you feel of this relationship, then your heart will be full. Yeah, and this is can be seen, can be reflected in your behavior, which is depends on you. I mean, like the behavior that you perform, that you do, that you show, actually is your own decision. So that's why they call it as a freedom to choose. Yeah, you choose what to behave, but the basis of your choice actually is your heart. Yeah, if your heart is empty, then your behavior will be seen as having this loneliness syndrome. All right, so this is another explanation about this. And the fourth condition of the heart that is healthy is the coherent heart. Now, again, this is the thing that we already discussed earlier. This is the first clue, yeah, when we talk about the disease of the heart, is the heart that is not coherent. So meaning that the heart that is healthy, they have coherent heart. So they don't have anything to hide. Yeah. So that's why those people, an individual who have a coherent heart, he has nothing to hide. He has nothing to feel ashamed of, that he doesn't want to show with others, because what they are doing is always coherent. But if you have incoherency in your heart, then you might do something that actually you yourself is doesn't approve that, or maybe you yourself will be feel ashamed of that. So actually this social media era reveal this disease, the incoherence heart. So a lot of young people in this generation, they have this secret account. They have the second account, and in the second account, they behave differently. They use fake name, fake identity. They want to express the other part of the heart that is not coherent with the heart that they show to the public. So that's actually the disease of the heart, the incoherence. Okay, so I examined this thesis, yeah, about this second account, and the research. Yeah, a student did a research about the second account, and she found that almost all the second account, the content of the second account is always something bad, like pornography and so forth and so forth. And the first account, actually, it's normal. This person, this individual looks normal, but in the second account, they show, they publish, they post unacceptable contents. So this shows that this individual have incoherent heart, or has disease in the heart, Mada, yeah. Okay, so that's why this is we have to really give this attention, especially in our children, in our youngster, because this trend mostly happen in the youth, yeah, in the young people. I don't know whether it's related to the what you call as the Generation Z or the strawberry generation or whatever, but those term actually is only overgeneralization. But we have to identify the problem, and the problem that happened to these youngsters sometimes through the social media. Sometimes it shows the incoherent heart. Okay, and the verse actually it's about this. Yeah, we said one in Surah Al-Baqarah. This is also in Surah Al-Nahl that mentioned that Allah gave you hearing, sight, and fu'ad. Yeah, fu'ad is intellect. Yeah, fu'ad also means the heart, but from the dimension of the intellect of the one who understand. Yeah, so we have to be grateful, meanings that we have to treat them coherently. Don't deny it. Don't don't do something that is contradict to your heart and your intellect. Okay, so this is the message. And the fifth indicators is the balanced heart. Again, we can refer to the framework of the layers of the heart, yeah, between sensing, reasoning, empathy, and conscience. Yeah. Yes, we have to have all of them active, yeah, so that we can interact with our surrounding, we can interact with the meaning, the purpose, interact with other people, and interact with Allah, but has to be in a balanced way. So some people might might be very rational, but it's lack of empathy. Yeah. Some people might be very emotional, but lack of rationality. So that's imbalance. So being balanced is more healthy. And the word balance actually mentions several ayats in a metaphoric way. So like the balance of the universe, the balance of day and night, the balance of man and woman, and so forth. So this is some ayat, yeah, I talk about the balance. And also, actually, when we talk about the nafs, yeah, in the Surah Ash-Shams, it mentioned the nafsi wa sawaha. Sawaha can mean a perfect, but also can mean balance. Yeah, Allah created the nafs in a balanced way, and then those who are grateful is the one who keep this balance, but those who are not grateful make this imbalance. Yeah, so this is the purpose actually. Actually, the message of the Quran is also the purpose of the creation. The sixth indicator is the resilience heart. So resilience means you can go through many suffering, but you survive and you can keep yourself intact. You can keep yourself healthy, even though you go through many obstacles, many suffering, many bad conditions. Yeah, this is the meaning of resilience. And in the Islamic, in the Quranic word, actually resilience is part of a sabr. Yeah. Sabr is broader. The concept of sabr is broader than resilience, but resilience is part of sabr. Okay, so we can see in the Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 155 and 156, actually, yeah, about the destiny of human being in this world. They will face this problem, this test in life, difficulties, yeah, loss. But those who are sabr see this as something that is natural, yeah, that everything is from Allah and everything will be go back to Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. I think that's the first number, 156. Okay. The last but not least is the ever-growing heart. And this is actually the meaning of tazkiyah. Tazkiyah means purified and grow. Purified and grow. Yeah. Purified, nourish and grow. So when you talk about tazkiyah, it's not just about purification of the heart, but it's also growth. Yeah, growth of the heart is through ilm, through knowledge. So it's not physical, because the heart, the spiritual heart, is not a material thing that can grow bigger and so forth, but it grow wiser. It will grow wiser through ilm. So that's why those who have mental health will always learn. Their life long, they have this lifelong learning attitude. They always learn. They always open their heart for new knowledge, new experience, yeah, new ideas, so they can grow their heart. Okay, so this is the Quranic verse, yeah, about tazkiyah, qad aflaha man tazakka, yeah, and also another verse, I think. Oh no, sorry. Another verse is qad aflaha man zakah. This is the Asams, qad aflaha man zakaha, and then qad aflaha man tazakka. It's in Surah Al-A'la. Yeah, so this is if you grow your heart, if you purify and grow your heart, then you will prosper. Then you will be lucky. Yeah, when you will be blessed. Yeah, qad aflaha man tazakka, qad aflaha man zakkaha. Okay, so this is a very important message, and actually, this is the fundamental reference, yeah, for the Tazkiyah therapy. So Tazkiyah therapy means to make your heart grow, yeah, to make your heart grow. You have to always learn, study, signals. Okay, that's the 7 indicators. Do I still have time? How many more minutes?
Salams, you can go maybe another, do you think another 5-10 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you another perspective of this, but this is not yet done. This is a new development, yeah, about the dynamics of the self or the individual or the nafs, yeah. Beside the condition, we talk about the dynamics. There's also 7 that I identify here. So the one who have mentally healthy, the one that is mentally healthy, they always have purpose in life. Yeah, this is the first one, and they also aim for meaning in life. Okay, and this is justified by the positive psychology, yeah, meaningful life and so forth. And then this is very important. You have to comprehend the reality of life, because some people misunderstood life and it makes them having problem mentally. Yeah, we have to understand. We have to comprehend the reality of life, the fundamental reality. We call it the hakikat. Yeah, hakikat of life. This is very important. And then those who have mental health, they have integrated identity. There is no split identity. There is no split personality or identity confusion. That's not healthy. So, and this identity is coherent, biologically, socially, psychologically is coherent. That's integrated identity. And then compassionate, yeah, compassionate. Again, empathy is the potential to be compassionate, and also if you have a full heart, you don't. I mean, you do not hesitate. You have to help other people and so forth. The compassionate person is also helpful. And the 6th one is humble attitudes. Why? Because again, we will never be perfect. So that's why if we are not humble, then we cannot develop ourselves. Okay, if we think we are good enough and we already know everything, then we will not be able to develop, and that is a sign of not healthy mentally. Yeah, so that's why humility, the being humble, is more healthy, yeah, psychologically. And then resourceful and just, yeah, resourceful and just. So this is the outcomes of Tazkiyah or ilm, yeah. Ilm can make us more resourceful and can make us more just in deciding something and treating some other people and so forth. Okay, so that's still under development. Yeah, the 7 dynamics of a healthy individual, and then the behavior is the final. I mean, the output, the consequence of all of these the condition of the heart, and also the dynamics of the heart. the behavior should be reflecting those. So meaning that those who are healthy, the behavior is coherent, and the behavioral shows, yeah, the condition of the heart and the dynamics of the heart. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan, dear Professor Bagus. Subhanallah, a very insightful lecture today. I really like this breakdown of looking at the heart in these 7 ways. So alhamdulillah, we've had some questions come in and an engaged audience. And so with your permission, inshallah, we will start some of the question and answers. So the first question we have from Mazda. In the perspective of maqasid, what is the difference between heart, qalb, sudur, and fu'ad, and their connection with mental health?
Okay, so again, in the maqasid perspective, we have to understand that knowledge is multidimensional. Okay, I can understand why you ask that question, because all of us is accustomed to, is used to think about issues in a partial way. You know, like we want to have parts of it explained separately, right? You know, like cold and so forth. But in maqasid perspective, like sudur, heart, pulp, and anything that concern the self, the soul, actually it's just a multi-dimensional explanation of the same thing. Okay, so it's like a diamond. You know, when you see a diamond, they have many sides of the diamond, and it's showing the same thing. So that's the multi-dimensionality of the knowledge. Actually, in some, for example, if you look at the dictionary, you know, if you find the word psyche, the meaning of psyche is soul, mind, breath. So it's also multidimensional. But according to Professor Jasir Auda, yeah, in the conventional scientific approach, yeah, they try to break down things into parts and then try to explain each part separately. Why? Because the philosophy is materialism. So okay, if we see things as material, so we can see the things have many parts, right? Like if we have computer, we have keyboard, we have mouse, we have screen, we have chips, and so forth. And we try to explain it separately because it's material. But when you talk about the heart, the soul, it is not material. It is all in one, yeah? It's inseparable. So it can be, for example, the most valid explanation is the Asmaul Husna. Yeah, Asmaul Husna is 99, but it's talking about Allah, the one God. Yeah, so we don't separate this understanding. Everything refers to Allah, the one God, and the only one God. Yeah, so if we understand, I mean, we should reframe our understanding about knowledge about things, especially when we talk about something immaterial. It's not the same as when we talk about something material. Okay, even our body is material. Like we can separate our body, our head, our eyes, our hand. But when we talk about the heart, in the Quran, they call heart is the one who understands. Heart is the one who sees. The heart is the one who many things. So it's not separable. Okay. Do you understand that? Can you understand that? Can you accept that?
MashaAllah. Yes, thank you so much. I think that was a fabulous response, and looking at, you know, that like a diamond, and it's multifaceted. And again, the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are reflecting different attributes, but in essence, we're talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being one. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. There's another question here. So I guess it's kind of, I think it's kind of related to what you just said, but I'll ask it anyways. As one of the participants asked, does that mean that the soul resides in the physical heart, since the heart is related to the soul?
It's a different dimension. Human being consists of the jasad and the jasad, which is the material, and the immaterial. Like mind is immaterial, thought is immaterial. It's all the immaterial things actually is the representation of the soul or the heart. And the heart here is the spiritual heart, not the physical heart. That's why the heart, the spiritual heart, is sometimes called the fu'ad, sometimes called the qalb. Qalb means something that can turn around. So when the heart is called the qalb, it means that it explains that this heart can turn around, can disorient it, and change in terms of turning around. Not change in terms of changing in another shape or no, that's just the direction, the orientation. It can be disoriented, or it can be oriented to the truth. This is the meaning of qalb. But when we call it fu'ad, it means that something that can understand. It's more have the translation of intellect. The capability to understand, the capability to think, to contemplate, and so forth is fu'ad. So this is the same thing. And nafs actually is the individual, the soul, which is also immaterial. So it's not related to the heart, the physical heart. The physical heart we can say as a metaphor, because the physical heart is the place when it can distribute the blood to all of the body, and it can purify the blood, the dirty blood into the clean blood. So it's a metaphor of the qalb and the fu'ad. So please don't mix up this, because this is a different dimension, and has a different like way of explaining it, but it is connected. It is connected. Everything in the universe actually is a metaphor for our heart or our soul. So that's why we have to learn from the universe to understand ourselves. Okay. So this is very, we can discuss about it in other times.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, thank you so much. Another question is, actually, I have this question that kind of came up as I was listening. So just in terms of when you said, in terms of psychotherapy, so when or even should a psychotherapist kind of make clear to a patient that perhaps they're dealing with a spiritual disease, when, for example, it's evident that someone's actions are driven by greed or self-aggrandizement, or like, should that kind of be made evident to someone that one is dealing with in a psychotherapy kind of setting?
Again, in Islamic psychotherapy, we bring the client to the truth, or to the rational and natural way of thinking and feeling. So that's why when we talk about greed and so forth, then we can challenge them. Is is this what should be done? Like, do you think this is just? Do you think this is, the right way to behave and so forth? So we are bringing them to be more reasonable. So that's why we are developing their reasoning, their empathy, their conscience, yeah, so that when they can understand, we can develop this potential, they will have deeper understanding and they will become wiser. Yeah. They will learn about wisdom, like those behavior, those ambition, like greed and so forth and so forth, like cheating and betraying, something like that, is actually the one who will suffer is themselves.
Right.
Okay, so we should make them understand this. This is the therapy. If they understand this, then they will be able to control themselves. They will be able to manage their own feeling and ambition and so forth. So this is the way to do that. And I think yeah, it can be. I mean, you can see the evidence of how people change, yeah, when they understand more about the reality, the basic, the fundamental truth, and so forth. They will change, inshallah.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you. And a question about, does the coherent heart, is that the same as being genuine?
Similar, but not exactly the same. Yeah, being genuine is good, but coherent have a stronger sense. Yeah, because sometimes people use, people say that I'm being genuine, but actually they don't put effort to make it useful. Like genuine means you say everything. I mean, like you say, whatever you feel, whatever you think, without any, filtering. You can use a genuine also, but coherent here is not only within yourself, but also coherent with the other indicators of the heart. For example, if you want to be, if your heart is coherent, you have the purpose to achieve a peaceful heart. But if being genuine doesn't make you peaceful, then meaning that it's not enough. Okay, being authentic, for example, it's good. It's the way to be coherent, is being authentic, being genuine. But you have to understand that again, this 7 indicator cannot be treated separately. It has to connect to everything. And the ultimate goal is the peaceful heart. If you're not peaceful, even though you are genuine or you are authentic, then you still have problem. Okay.
SubhanAllah. That point in and of itself could really take a whole lecture. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. That's a very deep reflection. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. We have some more questions if you're fine, if we can ask them.
Yes, it's okay. I'm
Okay,
free.
great. There's one kind of a general question. It says, how do we know if we have the good mental health?
How do we know if we have a good mental health?
Yeah.
Well, it's a tricky question actually, because individual tends to be defensive, right? Tends to be defensive, and then when they learn something, they try to make it fit with themselves. Yeah, so that's why sometimes it's difficult to assess ourselves if we are not trained to do that. I mean, if we are not used to be truthful to ourselves. Yeah, sometimes people, everybody want to understand themselves, yeah, but not everybody is trained or have the enough attitude and competence, yeah, in doing that. So that's why actually the short answer is if you can apply these indicators to yourself, then you'll be healthy. But that is not as simple as that, because sometimes you misunderstood, sometimes you overclaim and so forth. So that's why the main indicator is again a peaceful heart. If you are peaceful means in a holistic way, not just peaceful because you want to be peaceful, yeah, but peaceful means that you don't have any problem with yourself, you don't have any problem with other people, you can live your life peacefully, not burdened by any bad thoughts or worried and so forth. Then inshallah they will be healthier. But again, we are not alone in this world. There is also Satan, yeah. Satan can what do you call it? Not mislead, yeah, but can tell us that you are okay even though you are not okay. Okay, so Satan can like about this peaceful heart. Sometimes if you're not careful, maybe the Satan said, it's okay, you do this, it's okay, just don't worry, something like that, yeah. Even what you're doing is a bad thing, and they say, okay, you just should be peaceful with that, and that's the Satan. So you have to be aware of that also. Okay, so it's not that, oh, I'm peace with this, yeah, I'm okay with this. That doesn't guarantee that you're okay.
Right.
Because we don't know what is really happening to you. I mean, like, who gave you support in concluding this?
Right.
And so that's why we still have to always, yeah, that's why Tazkiyah is very important. Tazkiyah is purifying. Purify means we free ourselves from Satan also. That's why we should always pray to Allah, seek protection from Allah, yeah, because Satan is always coming to you. We have to make some barrier, yeah,
Right.
so that we will be free from this.
SubhanAllah. Such a good reminder, right? That we can't really reflect. We're not when we think about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that we're mirrors to each other. So we can't really reflect on our own, I guess, conditions without having a bit of a mirror to us. And like you said, who's influencing those thoughts? It could be shaitan. And that's why I guess it becomes really important that we have teachers and people and mentors and people that we can, have those conversations about ourselves about, like, that are real and authentic. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. There's a couple of more. So there's a question here. Could it be said that diseased hearts cause mental health disorders?
Yeah, the short answer is yes, of course. Yeah. But the problem is, if we talk about mental health disorder, sometimes, for example, we experience like schizophrenia. It's something that is not only the heart, yeah, that has a disease, but maybe also the nervous system. Maybe I don't know the latest finding, but there's some discussion whether it's organic or it is a psychological problem. Yeah. So yeah, when we talk about mental health disorder, it has a very strong relation with the condition of the heart, or whether the heart is diseased or healthy. Yeah. But please do not oversimplify that, because then we can be trapped into jumping into conclusion, yeah, something like that. So we have to be careful. Yes, it is related, but we cannot oversimplify that conclusion, I think. Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan. And so I guess something that is a little bit related to this is for auditory hallucinations, should it be cured by medication or can it be cured without medication?
Well, I don't have, I mean, I don't have sufficient knowledge about the research and so forth, but there's many kind of hallucination. Yeah, sometimes, for example, if an individual is possessed by jinn, they will have hallucination also, and that needs some specific intervention, how to remove the jinn from the self, and then the hallucination will disappear. But then hallucination could happen if there's something wrong in the brain, yeah, so that you see something that is not there, right? So that might need some medication to cure, yeah.
Right.
But maybe hallucination can also caused by the condition of your heart, that you are confused, or you have ambition that is not fulfilled, and some maybe you will have different kind of hallucination. In that case, then you can treat the heart, yeah, like you can do psychotherapy to cure these symptoms. But actually, not everybody who can see something that is not seen is having hallucination, because some people is able to see, for example, whether there is a jinn or not in the house, and so on. There's some people have that ability. That is not hallucination. Okay, so it's not, we need to do more research about this. We need to differentiate what kind of hallucination that somebody is having, and then we can deal with it. We can, find the solution.
Yeah. And then there's a question also about, is it necessary to inform about a mental illness before marriage? And will they in society accept?
Meaning, like mental illness that you have, or what, about knowledge about mental illness, or?
I'm assuming that the questioner is asking if someone has a mental illness, is it necessary to inform about that before marriage?
Well, it depends. How do you define mental illness? Like, for example, if you have if you have worries, you have, that will change across time, yeah. But mental illness like schizophrenia, maybe some other mental illness that is not easily cured by psychotherapy, then I don't know. All right, let me just tell you some examples, yeah. In our tradition, I mean, in some of Indonesian tribes tradition, yeah, marriage, they believe that marriage can cure a mental problem, and it's happening. I mean, like, still happening right now. And some cases it's true, because those who have mental problem, then it got married, then it got better, right? But not, it doesn't guarantee. It doesn't guarantee. It depends. That's why if we really want to, treat it accurately, or we want to, understand it more precisely, we have to do a lot of study about this, research. We have to study what kind of mental illness does somebody have, and how come some of them be cured by having, by being married, yeah, and why others is not cured. So this is, I think, a question for further research.
All right.
If for example, yeah, this is a true case, yeah, a real case. This a lady that is diagnosed as having bipolar syndrome, yeah. When she got married, the 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 syndrome was disappeared. I mean, like, not totally disappeared, but she got better because of this marriage. So we never know. And why should we tell the the spouse that I have this bipolar syndrome? I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, but if you have something that can be proved by a medical doctor that you have problem in something, maybe in your brain, and like you cannot think straight and so forth, and you have to say that. And I think when you, before you get married, you have to know each other better, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's not something that you have to do or you have not, you don't have to do. But I think naturally people will find out, the problem if you do ta'aruf, yeah. So, and also, even when you arrange the marriage by your parents, they will talk about who are you and what is your condition. Yeah, you don't have to make it. You have to say what is your, your mental health condition. I don't think that's necessary. It's gonna be communicated naturally.
Subhanallah, and thank you for sharing. It's it's interesting to know about how different cultures, of course, view these. And so thank you for that, for sharing the Indonesian kind of perspective in this regard. I'm just looking at our time. Maybe we'll go for another 5 minutes, and then inshallah we can close our session. There's a question about, I'm not sure if what the question is. How about a healthy mentality is a balanced mentality? In Surah Al-Yasin, in Ayah 36, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Glory to Allah who has created everything in pairs, both of what the earth grows and of themselves, and what they do not know." Is this about a balanced mentality and how the creation of mental resilience? I'm not really sure about this question, but if there's comments or about this ayah of the Quran in Surah Yasin, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything in pairs, both of what the earth grows and of themselves and what they do not know. So is this kind of reflecting a healthy or balanced mentality?
Yes, I think it's not only in Surah Yasin, yeah, in Surah Ar-Rahman also, about the balance, the mizan, and so forth.
Right.
So balance is one of several fundamental reality that is the nature of this universe, and also in the nature of our self. That's why when I talk about the balanced heart, I mentioned some metaphor about this balance in the universe and so forth. So yes, it is true that balance is important. It's always repeated in the Quran that
Right.
everything is created in balance, yeah,
Right.
in a balanced way. Yeah? So that's why we also have to make ourselves balanced if we want to be healthy. Yeah, because if we behave or we treat something imbalanced, it means it is against the nature, and when everything that is against the nature is not healthy. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah. And I guess maybe perhaps with just a follow-up to that, if we're seeking to create more balance in our lives, what would be a nasiha that you could help us with that in creating more balance in our
Yeah, but it's a lot of issue here in our life, and everything has to be in balance. Yeah. So maybe I'll answer it this way. Yeah? If you feel that there is something in your life that is not balanced, then you have to rethink about it. Like, for example, uh, we know there's a work-life balance, yeah, work-family balance. Everything has to be balanced. And also, uh, income and expenses balance. Like in the economy also, there has to be balance. Yeah, if you are not balanced, then you will have problem, right? In many case, yeah, in many, and also in about your health, yeah, you have to balance between resting and doing activities. You have to be balanced in keeping your mental healthy and also your body healthy. It has to be balanced there also, and it is mentioned by Al-Balkhi actually, yeah, in his book, The Balance about Body and Soul, yeah. And I think if you do the 5 salat in a disciplined way, it will make balance of your life. Like you wake up early in the morning and you do the prayer, in timely in every, when the time has come. So it will make you balance because, like when you work, you need some rest in the in at in the middle of the day, and you can do Salat Duhur. But after that, your energy will be less, so that's why you need rest again in the time of Asar. So you have to take that rest. You don't force yourself to work continuously without resting. So that's also balance, yeah. So many things that you can do to keep the balance, to make the balance.
right.
Okay.
Beautiful. Alhamdulillah. What a
Mhm.
great way to actually end our session with that reminder of if we adhere to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already created for us in terms of his guidance, in terms of even just worshiping him, we'll seek a better balance, inshallah. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Barakallahu fikum, Dr. Bagus. It has been truly an honor and very insightful session, and we're so happy, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, reward your family, keep you in the best of health in this life and the next. And on behalf of everyone at ISIP and everyone who is joining here today, barakallahu fikum, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, and thank you. Jazakumullah khairan. We want to thank everyone for their time, for being with us here today. If you can take a time to also fill out the feedback form, Sister Nadira and Sister Anam, if you could please share that in the chat right now. Yes, there will be a recording of this session, and inshallah, in a few days, we hope to have that shared on the YouTube channel. And so with that, inshallah, we will ask for a closing dua, Dr. Bagus, and we ask everyone, inshallah, to join us again, inshallah, in a few weeks when we continue every few weeks with our international lecture series.
Okay, let's pray the dua. Subhanallah, subhanallah wa bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illallah. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilaihi. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.